In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you need to ditch your camera strap and get one of these little guys. I'll explain what it is, how I use it, and why I use it. Stick around. So if you're into photography, you probably have seen, camera straps like this one. This is called a black rapid strap, and I've been using one for years. When you first get your camera, there's two anchor points. They're right here on the back of the camera, and you get that traditional neck strap where your camera will hang over your shoulder like this. And it can bother your neck, so usually the next move for photographers is to grab one of these straps. They work well. What it does is it creates like a sling type of situation. So they screw on to your tripod plate or the whatever tripod socket you have, and the camera sits at your side like this, and it runs up and down the strap. So as you can see that, it's very easy to bring the camera up to your face and take a shot. Now I've been using this for years, but there are times where it's limiting and I go to take a shot and the strap is in my way, so I'll end up pulling it off and just hold the camera. This is a heavy lens on a decent sized DSLR, and this can be a little bit dangerous. So I was at the Photo Plus Expo a few years ago, and there's a company there called Spider, and we have no affiliation with them or anything, but I just saw what they were selling, and it made sense to me just to get the camera off my shoulders to kind of free up my arms. Because if I'm using a backpack too, or you have a camera bag, now you have a bunch of straps all tangling you up. So this little piece, it's a little piece of metal. It's got a little locking clip on it. Okay, the way you use this, it's very simple. It's just the belt clip. So throw it on your belt, just like that. Now, I'll typically put that on in the morning with my belt, and I would recommend using a leather belt. Sometimes you buy a pair of shorts or a pair of jeans, and they might come with like that fabric belt that kind of loops through and you pull it tight. Don't use that. Use a belt that has probably a leather would be your best bet, but something that is not going to move on you. Like you put the little pin through the belt loophole and locks everything in place. So watch how easy this is to use. So I have my camera in my hand, I'm done shooting, and I just do that. And this is how the camera sits on me for the rest of the day. I want to take it out, and I take it out and shoot. Now I also, at the same time, put a strap on my camera because, now I don't have a strap. So if, this is a 70 to 200. I use this all of the time. It's a neoprene strap. This was $10. $10. And I've been on my camera for over 3 years without any issue. Eric uses the exact same one. I'll put a link to this. The company is Optech USA, and there are other camera straps out there. You can buy parachute cord ones, you can buy leather ones. There's all different kinds. There's designer ones, you can have custom colors, everything. This is so simple and it works perfectly. And if you want to quickly remove it, it's got a little locking clip, comes right off. So if you want to throw it on a tripod or however you want to use it, it's just worked out. Sometimes the simple things really work. But again, I'll show you how this works. So you put it in like that, and right here there's a little clip. Now if I clip this up, it'll move freely. So I don't even have, it's not even clipping in. But if I bend down, there's a chance it could pop up. So I leave this down and it locks in. Now it won't come out. This will not come out. And it's, pretty solid. You can jump around with this. There's no issues with this. That's the great thing. I wanted to show you how it's actually mounted though. It has a plate and it has this little ball on it. And the plate mounts to your tripod socket at the bottom of the camera. And then what I did is I took a tripod plate that actually has threaded holes that are the same size as my tripod socket. So if I do, for some reason, want to use my strap, I can just screw it right into the bottom and it's not an issue. So I'm not constantly messing with plates and things like that. So this can come right off my belt and right into my tripod. So I have my tripod sitting here and I can quickly lock it in, and now it's on my tripod and I have no issues with it. So this is a great way to keep your camera mounted onto your tripod. It's a fast way to get back and forth from it. And I can quickly take this off here and then just quickly throw it on here, and I'm good to go. We both use this, and you know, this is a big lens on here right now. It's a 70 to 200, but when I'm out with my family, let's say, and I just want to bring one lens with me, maybe a 35 millimeter or a 50 millimeter, or even my 24 to 70 I can put on here, and it's going to be much smaller than this, and I throw it on my hip, and I just go out for the day, and I'm free. I don't have straps and things, and you know, sometimes you're shooting in the winter, and it's not comfortable to have a strap over a jacket, or sweatshirts, or whatever it is. I just find this is a nice way to travel with your camera. Now, I will use a strap sometimes. If I'm shooting with two cameras, which sometimes I will put maybe my fisheye on my older camera, and I'll leave that on a strap, and I don't use it all of the time, and I'll have maybe something like this that's a little heavier, and I'll leave that in the clip on my belt. Or if I'm shooting really wide with one lens and really long with another in a situation, then if I'm going to be using both cameras, you know, back and forth rather than changing lenses, I'll just have two camera bodies going, and then I'll alternate between a strap and using the clip on the back here. This is something that, you know, you might want to look into. It's made my life a lot easier as a photographer, and I feel more comfortable shooting. And I used to come home with, you know, red marks on my neck from the camera hanging, and I don't have that anymore. It's a great way to work. So the Spider company makes a bunch of different items. This is the simplest. It's just a belt clip. It's very heavy duty. It sits on your belt, and you just have the pin on the bottom here. But they also make actual belts that have the holster kind of built into it, and they're padded. So if you're going to be out all day long, or you want to use two of these, have two camera bodies and put both of them on the clips, they have those. They have them where they can clip into your camera bag. So there's a lot of different ways. I think Peak Design also makes a similar product, but I'm not sure. This is the only one I've ever used. So that's pretty much it. If you want any information on this, I'm going to put the links in the bottom. You can check it out, read reviews, see if there's maybe another one you like, or you like these. And these little straps are great. This is great. Even if you're using a over-the-shoulder strap, this is great to have on your camera, because there are those times where your camera strap won't let you extend your arms, and you may want to take your strap off and handhold your camera, but you still want it to be safe, so if it falls, you're going to be okay. I'll put a link to this one also. If you like the video, please click like and give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. You know, we're happy to answer any questions that you may have, and I will see you in the next one.